this video, we'll explore the concept of burnout, a psychological or sometimes bodily response to prolonged or chronic long-term stress. You'll be introduced to what causes burnout over the long term, as well as strategies that can help you prevent it. Brittany's next visit came after a particularly hard week of training, along with some personal challenges. She slumped into the doc's office chair and immediately said that the week had, quote-unquote, burned her out. The psychologist took the opportunity to dig further into Brittany's challenges, but also to push back a bit. She told Brittany that burnout should be taken seriously, but also she was misunderstanding what burnout actually is. It's not something that happens over the course of a day or a single week or even a few weeks. Burnout is a psychological and sometimes physical state that comes from factors like chronic, prolonged stress, pessimism, values misalignment, lack of accomplishment, and others. It should be taken very seriously, and prevention measures need to be put in place, but it was highly unlikely that Brittany had actually burned herself out from a single week. So, the two of them got to work on some strategies Brittany could use to lessen the load, such as shifting her mindset around some of what was causing her cynicism and pessimism, focusing on taking better advantage of her breaks and recovery periods, dialing in her sleep habits, socializing with friends to bring her positive emotion, and working on her daily and weekly schedules in an effort to create more balance. Burnout is an individual response to chronic stress that develops over time and can eventually cause health alterations. It's typically composed of three different dimensions: exhaustion, or feeling emotionally drained, depleted, lacking energy; depersonalization, developing negative, cynical, pessimistic, or detached attitudes towards work or hobbies or professional or athletic pursuits; and reduced personal accomplishment, or experiencing a decreased sense of competence, right, or productivity, of mastery. It can be caused by high demands, excessive workload, limited choice or decision making, a really negative, toxic environment, imbalance between professional pursuits and regular old life, misalignment between personal values and values that are promoted in an athletic or work setting, unclear expectations, or perceived inequity, injustice, or unfair treatment. It's important to pay attention to potential indicators of burnout because eventually it can lead to decreased satisfaction with life, high turnover, reduced performance, increased risk of cardiovascular disease, weakened immune system, and more sickness, mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety, increased levels of emotional distress, and a whole lot more. Strategies for trying to prevent or address burnout include, first and foremost, prioritizing self-care, focusing on me through adequate sleep, positive emotion, the different sort of recipe variables or ingredients that help you feel good and live a good, healthy life. That might also require establishing clear boundaries between what is stressing you or causing the burnout and the rest of your life, turning it on and turning it off. You can also engage in mindfulness and meditation practices to bring stress down or to respond to it differently. Connect socially with colleagues, friends, family members for emotional support, or engage in hobbies and leisure activities that bring you a lot of positive emotion. By far, the most important thing is to take regular breaks and to really focus on active recovery.